Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. Welcome back to another episode of the Since I Was Young podcast, episode 9. Joining you as always is myself, Ewen and Alan. And with the championship season finally over, and we did say to all of yourselves last week that we were never going to mention this again, and we will keep to this promise. For this episode, since there's not a new season starting for at least a few months, we're just going to do a very light-hearted subject, but it is something that all of yourselves can get involved in. So between me and Alan, we're going to pick 3 tops from each of us that we sort of see as the best heart tops ever. Obviously this is a very subjective sort of topic as such, but like we said before, it is something that you guys can get involved in this, and obviously once we've wrapped up this episode, we'll get a wee post on to Twitter, and we'd love to hear what you guys think. But in the meantime, Alan, how are you, sir? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. I just finished work, obviously, Friday afternoon. Got myself a wee long weekend, so can't complain.
Not at all.
Wee beverage and just a nice day outside, so enjoying myself.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. It has been quite a beautiful week, but unfortunately I have been stuck in work inside, so it's not been the most glamorous week for myself, but hey ho. But yeah, guys, as always, if you are a fan of the podcast, please think about subscribing, and if you do equally enjoy the video as well, you can smash that like button. And as always as well, if you want to get in touch with us, you can go to our personal Twitter page with the link in the description, also on screen. And if you want to get in touch with Alan and send him dog's abuse, you can. He'll have his personal Twitter in the description, as well as my YouTube channel, What Ewan's Doing. Okay, so we're gonna crack on with things as always, with some news. I don't think there's a whole lot, considering we're only just kind of out of the championship season. But Alan, you do have a few things to share, though.
Yeah, just a couple of bits today. As you say, there's not a great deal going on, and we haven't signed anyone as of yet, so we're a bit thin on the ground in terms of transfer news as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the latest, the ones that I've got for you, the League Cup, or the Premier Sports Cup, as they are sponsoring it this season.
The Premier Sports
very
Cup.
imaginative. Yeah, very imaginative. But yeah, so it's the group stage draw has been made for that. We've been drawn against Peterhead, Cove Rangers, Stirling Albion, Inverness, Caledonian, and Thistle. So that's the 4 teams that we've got there. You know, you'd expect 4 wins. You have to expect 4 wins out of that. I cannot stand the League Cup group stage. I hope that this is the last time we're ever going to be involved in it, because it's just a daft thing. It's just, yeah,
it really is.
I don't like the possibility. I mean, obviously we should get through that group, and we more than likely will, but it's having the possibility of not being in the competition when the bigger sides come back into it. That's what just fills me with fear.
Yep.
So yeah, hopefully Robbie can get 4 wins out of that. He needs 4 wins. He needs 4 good wins, to be honest, to kind of get a bit of pressure off him, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
There was also official announcement from the club that 11 players have been released from their contracts, which expired at the end of last month. We've spoken about them already. It was Christophe Berra, Bobby Zlamal, Harry Cochrane, Elliot Freer, pardon me, Ollie Lee, Colin Doyle, Lewis Moore, and Craig Whiten. And everybody's favourite left back, Aidy White, has all departed the football club, as well as 2 youngsters that have not been offered professional contracts. They spoke about Andy Irving as well. I feel like I talk about him all the time here, and
I just don't want to even talk about it now, mate. It's just getting beyond the joke. Like, you know what I mean? Just get it done or not. Just
yeah. And he his contract has expired. However, he has until the 14th of June, so 10 days from today, to decide if he wants to sign and stay or he can go. Apparently, there's some SPFL rule due to like the development of a young player, etc. So
Right.
that's. I promise you, that's the last time I'm going to speak about Andy Irving until we know one way or the other where he's staying or he's going, because I'm tired of talking about him.
Happy with that, man. Happy with that.
And Robbie Nielsen also mentioned that there was an article that went out that he's spoken to two players already about coming in.
All right.
A defender and a creative midfielder seemingly are the two areas that they're prioritising to get done early. In the same article, he spoke about approaching players that are on like basically contracts that have expired at other clubs. So, you know, it won't cost any money to bring them in. It would just be the wage that we'd have to pay for them. I think that's probably a market that will go down, because he did say in the article that I read that there is money to sign players if we need to. But obviously, they'd prefer to, because of all those 11 players that have left, there's obviously a big chunk of wage that's been sustained from that. So they'd prefer to kind of use that towards players they want to bring in, which does make sense. It just means we might have to wait a little while before we actually get anyone. But you know, if they're talking to them now, that's a positive thing.
Absolutely.
And just another couple of little bits, nothing too major. As of this morning, 2,500, I think, season tickets have been renewed since the first day.
Well done. Well done.
Just fantastic. I mean, I think we've often had this conversation about season tickets. It's something I'd love to have, and I'm incredibly jealous of everyone that does. But just for work circumstances and work reasons, it's not practical for myself to get one. But try and get to as many games at Tynecastle as we can going forward.
Which we will.
Yeah, I'm sure you're in the same boat as well. You and I, absolutely. And just another final note to end on. Suso Santana, everyone's favourite little winger from 2012, has after he left Hearts, he went back home to his hometown club of Tenerife, and he has announced his retirement from professional football at the age of 36. So
not a bad age for that. No.
Yeah, no, he's apparently he's taken a coaching job with Tenerife or something along the lines of that. So yeah, he's forever remembered for his fantastic performance in the 2012 final, as we all know. So sure, we wish him all the best in his retirement.
Absolutely, and I'll still stand by to this day that it was 100% a penalty, and I will stick by my guns for the rest of my days. Lovely, Alan. Well, thank you very much for that news segment there, and as always, for the next episode, we will keep you updated with any sort of news that comes through for that week. So we're going to move on to our main topic, and we're going to be choosing Alan and myself's top 3 kits. Now, this is totally sort of like, you know, it could be any shirt. Like, it doesn't have to be from like, you know, like a specific sort of decade, like, or time. It could be any shirt, home or away, anyone at all. So would you like to do the honors, Alan, since you had a hard time trying to pick what ships to actually choose? Or
you know me, it's always the same. Whenever you say, "Oh, we need to pick 3 or 5," I'm like, "Oh, I've got 7, I've got 9."
That's true.
That's just what I do.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I was going back and forward on a few of them, but I've come up with 3, and I'll go with. Do you want me to reel off the 3, or do you just want me to tell you the third place one, and we can go between us?
You can go from 3, and then we'll just to pass it over to myself, and then we'll just do one by one. Before we start, every time we do choose a kit, I will put a picture on screen for you guys just to have a bit of the context about it. So Alan, please, sir, you can fire away from there.
Certainly. So my third choice kit was the home kit from 2002, 2004, the All Sports Reebok.
Oh, interesting choice.
You know me, and we have conversations about football kits often. I like a simple kit. I like, you know, not too flashy, not too out there, not too much going on. And that kit is just one of those, and I think it's as well. It's the Mark de Vries memories, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing debut when he scored against the High Bees, and they love him to this day. But yeah, it's just I really like that kit, and I think there's something like, it's quite interesting. I'm not normally a fan of like badges, like club badges in the middle of shirts.
Right.
It doesn't normally grab me, but there's just something about it that I really like it. And it's obviously predominantly it's maroon. There's not any white in it or anything like that. The collar, I'm looking at it now.
Hmm.
Got it up here. The collar is just, it's like a navy with a wee bit of white trim on there as well. It's not too complicated, and I like that. And I think, as I say, it's the memories of the Mark de Vries Derby and all that. So that's my third choice.
Fair dues. It's probably like for myself personally, it's probably a kit that I should have picked because we said here on a few episodes ago, that was my first game at think was at the castle, and obviously with the new sponsor at that point, it was almost like you could almost sort of argue that strip was a kind of a more modern sort of etiquette, income at the comparison to the amount of kits we had with Strongbow. And I did actually have that kit and the away kit that had the horrible the big all sports sort of slab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I know
the
exactly
blue one as well. Which
I know exactly
I did like as well, but you are right in the sense that there's not a lot was it going on with that home strip, but at the same time, I'm kind of the opposite. I'm actually quite a big fan of when the badges are like in the center, not for all strips, but for usually.
Aye.
But yeah, I think it's a very simple but very effective. Was it at the pick you have there, Alan? So no, I won't argue with that because I was trying to hope that if you did pick yourself an absolute stinker, then I would have something to say about it.
We've not had many stinker kits though. To be fair, we've not had many. There's been a couple. Don't get me wrong, but we've not had many. I wouldn't say. We'll wait until we hear what you.
Let me just hide my Roseberry kit underneath that chair. Just stay there, son. Hi. But yeah. For my number 3, I've actually only got one home top in this, which is pretty interesting.
Right.
Again, I've mentioned this like a million times, both on here and on my own channel as well. It's got to be the 2014-15 home kit. It was a season we went down into the championship, and it was the almost sort of centurion sort of kit when we sort of celebrated the McRae's battalion, etc. Yeah, I think the thing is about me with kits, if a team doesn't have a sponsor and they design it in a certain way, which is just really simple but really effective at the same time.
Yeah,
I think that's one of our best home kits we've ever had. Especially with the old badge and the collar as well. There's literally not much to it at all. It's just genuinely badge, the kitten maker, the 3 stripes of the Adidas logo, and that's it. And I just think it's just absolutely pristine. And to this day, it's been about 6 months. I'm still trying to get a hold of one, but every Hearts fan on eBay is just charging an absolute fucking fortune. So, boys, lower your prices. Go on now.
Exactly. Come on, do a man a favor.
Exactly. But yeah, it is just a beautiful strip, man.
It is. It's gorgeous. I'll give you that. So my second of 3. So this is the middle of the road, and this is the one that I kind of went back and forward on. I know I messaged you about it.
Yeah.
And it was. I'll not say which ones I was picking between because I'll end up changing my mind right now.
Fair dude. Well, as soon as you've said it, I'm going to type it into my phone to see him.
So the second choice one. Now, I know you're not a massive fan of a blackout kit, are you?
Oh, for God's sake,
right.
Go on. See, now
this is my second choice kit, right?
Okay.
And I'll tell you for why, right?
Go on.
I love a blackout kit. Genuinely, I love a blackout kit.
that's not a
And
reason, Alan. You're just saying I love a
do you
blackout
know?
kit.
But do you know what else though? Right, I'll put it down over there.
Oh yeah, no.
It's I just really like it. I just think it's classy as well. I know like what you're saying about the 2014-15 home shirt, with the badge, no sponsor, all that. The blackout kit's exactly the same. It was a third kit, which meant the team very rarely wore it. I don't even know if I seem to remember they played a couple of games in it.
The
But
only
it
game
wasn't.
that I remember was this season, which was last season before the championship, where we drew 3-3 with St Johnstone away, and Sean Clare scored that beauty. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that was the only game I saw him in. But
And I think, to be honest, I think that kind of enhances it for me, why I like it that much, because there's not much of them wearing it. And I just think it's really classy. And as I say, I'm a fan of a blackout kit. I think the only team, if they reduced a blackout kit that I wouldn't buy would be Hibs. Um,
yeah,
I just think they're very sleek, and it's like there's maroon. Obviously, I'll bring it back for reference. You'll not really be able
I
to
got it.
tell very well on the camera, but
I can see it.
it's
I no,
maroon and the maroon trim and everything. So it's not as if it's completely. Plus,
blacked out.
the message on the back is even more, pledge for life. I'm just like, do you know
Fair
what?
dues.
That's it's because it's obviously linked to the Foundation of Hearts and everything. And
Mhm.
yeah, so that was my second choice for a kit.
Yeah, I mean, like I literally, I mean, you just said yourself there. I just mentioned it on the video that I just done now. It's not that I'm not a fan of blackout kits, but whenever a team does it, obviously you're gonna just expect the exact same thing. Now I know that's the whole sort of red point of a
Yeah,
blackout kit,
yeah,
because that's what it says. But um, it, it just almost like not just a heart strip, but for many teams that have done a blackout kit, it almost looks to me that it can maybe be kind of passed off as maybe like a training top, almost. Like I'm not saying
yeah,
that one is, but I mean, the only generally, and like it's not to say that I've never been a fan of that top, like, you know what I mean, but at the same time, the only top that I've actually liked in terms of a blackout kit, and again, I only just mentioned it yesterday, was the new Germany, like, sort of red, the blackout
mm,
kit, where,
yeah,
like, I mean, to be fair, apart from the gold and the red trim that's on the Germany kit, it's not too far away from that kit. But at the same
mm,
time, I think, I think it would probably work for more sort of teams or national teams that don't have a sponsor. I know that, like, that's the kit that's not got a sponsor on the
yeah,
heart strip granny, but at the same time, I, I just think it comes down to, it works on some strips. Most of them, for me personally, it doesn't. But I'm
yeah.
not
No, I get you.
taking away much from that strip, because
Yeah,
we've because we never done anything like that before. So I guess it's nice to
no,
that, like, to actually have, like, for yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, just quickly, I know I said I wouldn't mention what the other one was.
Oh no, no, no! Go
The
on, please.
the other one that I was debating it with was the Foundation Heart shirt when all the pledgers' names were on it.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
again, that's for similar reasons why I picked the
yeah,
blackout
yeah, yeah.
kit, just
No, no, man,
because
of
it's,
course.
I mean, my name's on there. It's right down at the bottom of it, like right on the arse of it, and
At
it
the
annoys me
crack of
so
the
much that
arse,
it's there.
aye. That's how much
Literally,
they think of you, Alan. Eh?
literally, it's like last row. I'm not even joking. It's so annoying. I'm like, could I not had a last name that was a wee bit further up the list? But aye, it's the only way I'll ever get my name on the back of a heart shirt. So yeah,
Oh, don't.
it's the blackout kit was my choice purely because of like the meaning of it, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I think it looks sleek. So yeah,
Fair dues, mate, because, like I said at the start, every strip is subjective, mates, because everybody's going to have their own opinions. So yeah, I'm going to move on to my second strip, and between first and second, this was like such a hard pick to try and, like, put down. But for my second strip, I've went for the 1995 away kit, and it was the candy blue and white stripe.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
for personal reasons, I remember having that strip as a wee was it at the boy when I was 4, and like it just there was just something about that kit where it like from some perspective it would look hideous on any
Mm-hmm.
kit, but just
Mm-hmm.
because it was Hearts, like I mean, obviously I can kind of appreciate it more now.
Mm-hmm.
If I did get my hands on that, oh boy, would I have a whale of a time if I got my hands on that kit now, Jesus. But there's just something about that kit personally for me. Like whenever, if like if you were to ask me, oh, what was the first Hearts kit you like sort of ever got? That's the one that I would just go straight back to.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's something that we've never really replicated ever. Like I know that again, just going back to the 2014 season, our away kit, like we kind of had something like that, but
Yeah.
and then
It was a blue and white stripe though,
aye,
wasn't it?
but
Aye.
like I think that was the kind of the last strip that we ever did that'll be maybe
Mm-hmm.
classed as a proper like retro looking thing. Where
Yeah.
I mean, when we did make that, it
Mm-hmm.
kind of looked like back then, even though in 1995 it would have been new at the time, even when it did
Mm-hmm.
come out, it looked older than it actually was. Like if that makes sense. So like you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
I get you. Yeah, I
like
get you. I get you.
so yeah, it's just it's a moi strip. Like wow.
Yeah, no, it's a nice one. It's a nice one to be fair. Spoiler for my last choice, I didn't pick any away kits in this. I've got obviously the home one from 2002, 2004, the blackout one from the relegation season.
Yeah.
And my number one, I mean, it's a bit of an anticlimax, to be honest with you, mate, because you've already mentioned it.
Oh no.
And you're about to hate me right now.
Yeah. If they ever invent such a thing on Zoom where you can just reach out into somebody else's fucking screen and take it, Alan, you'd have no strips left, mate. Seriously.
Mate, I absolutely love this one. And I'm not just saying that because I've got it. Like if genuinely, if I didn't
No,
own it,
no.
I'd be saying exactly the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, no, mate. I totally agree. It's just
It's yeah,
it's
it's
just
just
so
classy, isn't
simple.
it?
Yeah.
And you know what? I've actually got a story about it.
Go on.
I This shows you how classy it is, right? I actually went out on a night out wearing this.
How
And
did you get into anywhere, mate?
and I tell you, that's the thing. It's because it's so classy, I don't think they realised that it was actually a football shirt.
There it is.
And I went out and had several beverages and had several conversations with lots of people. And I was wearing this, and I just thought, this is bizarre. This is weird. Like I'm
Yeah,
in
no,
football
I get you.
colours, and obviously you're not supposed to wear football colours in
Yeah.
certain pubs. But when we were out, I was just like, why not? It was a spur of the moment, last minute thing. And
Yeah.
I think I was already out and having been out during the day, not playing football because me playing football, come on. But yeah, it was just one of these last minute kind of spur of the moment nights out, and I was just like, yeah, why not? I've not got time to go home and get changed. I'll just put a
Okay.
jumper on over the top of it. But
Aye.
it's a cracker. It's an
Yeah.
absolute cracker of a shirt. And I think, I mean, again, like I say, a lot of the choices that I've made have purely been sort of sentimental.
Yeah, no, man, of course, yeah.
And obviously, with it being the centenary, I just thought, you know what, I have to have that in there. Like there was, like I said to you just before we started this, there's whenever we do like a top three or top
Hmm.
five or whatever, I struggle with that because I can't narrow them down.
That's fair enough.
But that kit, as I say, it's a bit of an anticlimax because you've already mentioned it
Oh,
and the
don't worry.
centenary and all that. But yeah, for me, that's the first choice easily.
Fair dues. Well, just before I go on to my final pick, if there's anyone out there that has got either a small, a medium, a large, I don't care if it's XXXXL, I will wear it. Don't you worry, right? At a reasonable price. And I mean reasonable price, please. But no, sorry. But genuinely, if anyone has got that kit out there that does wish to part ways and does wish for it to go to a loving home, I promise you, I will love that for the rest of my days. Just get in contact through the Twitter page, and I
Yeah,
will
definitely.
take it from there. So yeah, this one was a bit of a strange pick because it was actually before my time. Because basically, what I did, like, I did manage to find a page that had like literally every single Hearts top ever made,
Mm-hmm.
and as you can imagine, much like yourself, Alan, I spent hours just staring at the screen of thinking, why did I say choose three of them? Like, like you know what I mean? So,
I know. Can we do this again and pick five? Can we come
top
back next week?
20. Here we go. It'll be a 3 hour special. Yeah. Um, so yeah, you might want to get your phone out for this because I didn't actually because there was actually only a few that actually came up. So it is 1986, the Hearts away kit. Now, specifically, it is in white, and we were sponsored by Mita at that point, and it's got the maroon. That's the one, mate. If there was ever a strip that I would lay down my life for, literally, like I've seen so many heart strips, like well, like much like yourself, Alan, so many heart strips that I've went for hundreds of pounds onto eBay. Now, if I genuinely had that sort of cash just to splurge on a
Mm-hmm.
football strip,
Yeah, yeah,
this would be the one. Now,
definitely.
it's crazy, right? Because I'll tell you like a quick story. So my dad, years and years and years ago, way back, he actually used to work for the at the company Mita, and I think I might be talking absolute nonsense here, but I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying this. So he actually got given that strip as like as the as the was at the company they would get like some sort of stuff
Aye.
through Hearts. It was either that strip or one of that strips during that time. Like, but like what I mean, a strip from that
Mm-hmm.
time either way. Like it would be amazing.
Uh-huh.
He went and fucking lost it, and to this day, ever since I've started my own YouTube channel where much as yourself, Alan, because like we do it all the time. We buy foot football strips, blah 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 blah. So we tend to
Mm-hmm.
throughout you and me, we tend to appreciate them a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
In that moment, I was never so just suddenly angry. I was like,
Gutted.
Dad, you're a dick. What are you doing? Like, you know what I mean?
Gutted, mate. Gutted.
Like,
I'd be fuming.
how much that would be worth now? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, nah, mate. That's mad.
I know, but
Brutal.
I,
Brutal.
I I mean, like I said, it is like a beautiful kit. And I will say again, if anyone has one out there for a reasonable price, you know where to come. I don't know why it's just sort of like I know like we'll the recap on the actual list that we've just chosen there, but why have I just seen a picture of Ronnie Corbett in the fucking Hearts outfit?
Have you never seen that before?
Never.
Have you never seen that? Oh, that's brilliant. There's
Right?
another one of him doing like a high kick and he's in a Hearts outfit. Yeah, yeah. He's in the
What?
Heart, full kit, Ronnie
What an
Corbett.
absolute legend.
Yeah,
Absolutely
there's
brilliant. We
there's one
Ronnie
where
Corbett.
I don't know if it's the silver one that he's got on in the
Hmm.
picture I'm thinking of, but he's doing like a high kick
Yeah.
and he's got like the full kit on, maroon shorts. I'm sure it was the silver one. Was the
Oh, for
silver one that we had the same year as the white one? Or maybe it was the year before or after.
yeah, yeah,
The Mita one, the same.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you're right, mate. Yeah, I think you're
But
right.
there's a picture of him. I'm sure it's that kit that he's got on,
Fucking
and
Ronnie
it's
Corbett, what a ledge.
maroon shorts and silver top. I'm like, this man knows class.
What a guy, what a guy. So yeah, we'll do a quick recap. So for Alan, it was the I've
It
all
was the
better forgotten.
2002, 2004 home all sports, the Mark De Vriese kit.
Nice one. And number two, it was the blackout kit as well. And
the blackout kit from
yeah.
1920, and number one was everyone's favourite. And do you know the centenary, the 2014-15 kit is actually still to this day the best-selling kit that they've ever produced.
And mate, I am not surprised about it. And they should to produce that again, so that I can get my hands on it. So
another few hundred years, and we'll do another one.
Aye, why not? Why not? So for my picks, I've got as Alan just mentioned there, I've got the 2014-15 home kit, the 1995 blue and white, the candy stripe, and from 1986, the white away kit with the maroon sort of like, I mean, what would you call that? Just like a massive light, just like or just
it's like a, you can do it as stripes because it's not really stripes.
It is
one,
no, exactly.
It's just one stripe.
Yeah. So yeah,
just like a band on it, I would say.
Yeah. So let's say the 1986 away maroon band kit. Let's go with that one. But yeah. So this has been a relatively short episode. By my counting, it might just only be about half an hour or so, which is actually kind of nice for us, considering we've done hours worth of episodes beforehand. But the main thing of this is that we want to hear what your favorite kits are throughout whatever time it has been. You know, it could be just genuinely based on the design itself, or if it is sentimental to yourself, or if it's got some sort of story behind it as well. Please, we want to hear it. So you can get in contact with us through our Twitter page, and I'm so sure once the episode comes out, we are on Friday, so it might possibly come out on Saturday morning. So we will get a post up for yourselves to get in that chat. But yeah, it's actually been a nice wee chilled out episode, not having to rant about the championship anymore. We'll probably have a few more episodes like these as well, but of course we will do a bit more actual serious topics as the week goes on. But yeah, as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. You have been watching the Since I Was Young podcast for all things Heart of Midlothian. As always as well, if you do enjoy the channel, please think about subscribing and smash that like button as well. And like I just said there, if you want to get in contact with us, you can go on to our personal Twitter page of the SIWY pod, and alternatively as well, if you want to get in contact with Alan, you can. His Twitter page will be in the description, as well as my YouTube page of the What Ewan's Doing football channel, and also aptly shown by Alan as well for our Twitter page as well. Thank you very much, Alan. So yeah, as always, we hope you have a lovely Friday, and Alan, that goes to you as well, sir.
Absolutely, sir, and the same to you. I'm just looking out, the sunshine looks like it's gone away, but it is what it is, eh?
What can you do, mate? What can you do? But there's nothing a few drinks won't sort out, whether it's rain or sunshine, so it's all good.
True, sir, very true.
Absolutely. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.